Hey guys, welcome to the overview of the PH1. It's a low-cost, accessible phono preamplifier in a slick little compact chassis and has a selectable cartridge loading switch for moving coil and moving magnet cartridges. In today's video, we're going to do an unboxing of the PH1. We're also going to dive into the top 3 reasons why you need this, as well as how to set it up and use it. So we're going to dive into the unboxing here. I've got one right in front of me here. I've already gone ahead and cut the tape here just to make it a little easier for shooting on the camera. But if I go ahead and open this up here, I get myself a nice little manual here so I know how to use the PH1. Over here, it looks like I've got some accessories for it. Dumping that out here. I've got the cable, all right. I've got the little power supply here. It is USB-C, so that's nice, so you're a little more compatible. And then we get the unit itself here. It's nicely wrapped, nice and easy to open. We're going to dump that out. Move this to the side here. Move this to the side, and there we go. Let's take a close-up look at the PH1. I've got one right here to take a peek at. On the front here, we can see we have the selectable cartridge switch here. It's kind of nice. You just press it in, press it out. Works nice. We then look on the side, or on the side of the switch here, we see that we got the 2 lights here to denote which cartridge loading you have selected. Little main power light there. If we flip around to the back here, we can see we have the power connector, which is obviously where the power cable goes. We have our RCA outputs here, left and right. And then we have our RCA inputs left and right. Finally, we have the ground lug right here for connecting that ground wire. And all of this is in a nice little compact metal chassis. Let's get into the 3 reasons why you need a PH1. The first reason is you want to add a phono preamplifier to your system. Say you have a record collection, or were given a record collection, and you want to add a turntable to your system to hear those. The PH1 allows you to add a phono preamp and bring life into those records. A second reason you're going to want a PH1 is to upgrade an existing system. Most pre-pros out there that have a built-in phono stage, let's be frank, most of those are hot garbage. The PH1 is a high-end solution to them that allows you to bypass that phono preamplifier and hear great record sound. The third reason is, well, let's face it, audiophiles love to brag about their gear, love to show off too. A key complaint we had about the XPS1 was that when you got it all plugged in and ready to go, you had to tuck it behind your system. It was kind of weird. The PH1 is great because once you have everything plugged in, you can actually just put it right on your rack and you can be proud of it and display it. So people can come over and not only look at it, but you can also brag about it too. And now, let's go over setting up the PH1. You can see in front of me here I've got a few pieces of gear to demonstrate how to hook it up. I have a nice Technics turntable right here. I have an MR1L receiver, home theater receiver, which is kind of nice because the MR1L doesn't have a built-in phono preamplifier. So we're going to, of course, add a PH1. And we have the PH1 here. We have all of our cabling. Let's go over that quick. Here I've got the power supply cable. It's already plugged in and it's already ready to go. I've got our ground cable and I've got our RCA cables that are coming from the turntable. All right, again, these just are coming straight from the turntable. Finally, I've got a pair of RCA cables plugged into the MR1L already. In this case, we're using analog 1, and the other end is just sitting right here ready to go. So let's start setting it up. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to unscrew my ground lug. I'm just picking the ground lug to start with first. We're going to go ahead, and I'm going to get my spade kind of in here. Now, these smaller spades, you might have to kind of sneak one end of it into there's a little hole there inside the binding post, or the ground lug post. Go ahead and tighten that down. Perfect. We're all plugged in there, ready to go. Next thing we're going to do, we can just go down the line here. What do we have there? We have our input. So we're going to grab our turntable RCAs, and we're going to plug those in. Perfect. I'm going to tuck those under there for now so we can see what we're doing. Last but not least, we need to hook up our output. This is going to go from the PH1 to the input of the MR1L. I've got those cables already, so we're going to make sure my colors are right. Plug those in here. Perfect. Last but not least, we want to make sure that we plug in our power. Now, when you put the power cable in, the unit is on and ready to go. So when we plug it in, make sure we have plugged in. There we go. We're all plugged in. And again, I'm going to hold it like this just for a moment so you can see that everything is all plugged in and good to go. When I go ahead and flip this around, holding all the cables, we can then see here that the unit's powered on and is ready to go. Now, this turntable uses a moving magnet cartridge, so we want to make sure that we have the right cartridge loading selected. Okay, so on this turntable, it has a moving magnet cartridge, so we want to make sure that MM is lit. It currently is. If you were using a table that had a moving coil cartridge, you just hit the selector switch, and it switches right over just like that, quickly and instantly. But again, we're going to go back to MM because the cartridge is a moving magnet cartridge on this table. Finally, you just want to make sure that the power light is on and red, which it definitely is here, which means we're all set, we're ready to rock. And that is how you hook up a PH1. And there you have it, a great overview of the new PH1 Phono Preamplifier. You know what it is, you know why you need it, and of course, you know how to set it up. Head to emotiva.com to pick one up for yourself. From all of us at Emotiva, happy listening.